morning. Hi, I'm Jo from Strength and Soul, for those of you that don't know me who are watching. This morning's sequence, we're going to do some stability and some strength and flexibility for hips. So some of you know that I had a hip injury in the past, so I really love doing some hip work, so I'm going to share with you some of my favourite postures. Unfortunately, I have another little injury going on. Don't know if you can see my lovely bruise that I have here. I fell over walking Riley, and it's a bit of a struggle to put some weight on my hands, so there's not going to be sun salutations or chaturanga. Feel free to, I'm going to modify, but if you can go ahead and do that, that's great. If you are watching, obviously I can't answer comments while you're practicing, but please let me know how you get on. Let me know where you're practicing from. Even if you're watching this on replay, I will reply. I'm really keen to see how you've got on if you've got any questions. You may need a blanket for this sequence, but you might not. Keep it handy or grab a cushion. We're going to start lying on your side. So I'm going to start lying on my left hand side, and just make a little pillow with your arm, or rest your head and your hand there. Bend your knees. And then I want you to take your top leg. Now keep your shins parallel as you breathe in and lift the legs up. Flex the feet. And then exhale, lower back down just so the knees touch. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, and lower. And just keep going. We're getting straight into this morning. I've got some good postures to help warm up and stabilise your hips. So you might feel after a few of these that you start to get that burn into the hip joint, into the glutes. Just a couple more like this. Really stabilise, don't just let the leg come up and down. Move nice and slow. And you'll feel this start to kick in quite quickly. Good. Okay, one more. Breathe in, lift up, and back down. And then extend your legs out. Keep them nice and straight. And then lift this top leg up, just probably a couple of inches, not too much. Turn the toes in slightly, and then lift and lower. So again, not lifting all the way up, just nice and small movements. Just working on stability, drawing around the core and your ribs as well. Good. And then pause there, make little pulses. Nice. And then do little circles. Yeah, this will really start to burn now. And then circles the other way. Good, keep breathing, relax the neck and jaw. Good, relax there. Now come all the way onto your back. Same leg, so if you were on your left side like me, right leg, lift the hips up into bridge pose. Keep your hips stable, and then extend this right leg out. Good, press down through the arms, lift up through the chest. And then bring that leg back down, lower the hips, and then come all the way over onto the other side. So bending the knees, flex the feet, breathe in, lift the top leg up, keeping the shins parallel, and then coming back down. Breathe in, lift up, and lower down. And again. Just lifting and lowering. Good. And just see if there's any difference on each side. Breathing in, lifting up. And back down. Good. And one more. And then extend your legs out. Good. So draw in through the core. Flex the feet, lift the foot up just a few inches, turn the toes in, and then lift and lower. You can stabilise with this top hand. Good. And you might feel a difference. This is my surgery side, so there's a bit of a difference on the hip. I can really feel it's a bit weaker. Good. And then start to make little circles. And then go the opposite way. Good. Keep breathing, draw it in around the core. Good, relax it there. You might want to give that hip a little rub. Come round onto your back. Lift the hips up. Now same leg, my left side. Extend the leg out. Hug in through the hips, press down through the foot. You can press down through the arms. And then lower all the way back down. Give your knees a hug in. Good. And then we're going to make our way up to seated. And then come all the way up to stand. So nothing fancy, coming up to stand this morning. Bringing the soles of the feet together, bring the feet like hip width apart. So have a little space in between the feet. Hands to prayer, sit back into chair pose. So hips are coming back and down, hugging through the ribs, tailbone long. And I want you to feel like you're drawn up through inner thighs. So almost imagine that you're zipping up through inner thighs. Okay. And this kind of creates some nice space across your lower back here. Now put all the weight into your left foot. See if you can hover this right foot and then take it back into a lunge position. So challenge balance here. And then bend that back knee, coming forward, nice and slow, back into your chair pose. Press through the right foot, lift and hover the left, and then take it back into your high lunge. Bend that back knee, come forward. Switching sides again, hover this right foot, come back into a high lunge position. You can sweep the arms up here. And then open out into Warrior Two and find whatever version of Warrior Two feels right for you. Press into the feet. Good. And then come back all the way around into that high lunge position. Bend your back knee and step forward. So lift the left leg up, step it back. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And then open into Warrior Two. Good. Coming all the way back round into that high lunge position. And step it forward. Come back into that chair pose. You might feel the thighs really kicking in now. Good. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, fold and forward. Step your left foot back, bring your knee down. And then let your hips relax and sink here. So lunges are one of my favourite postures for helping to just stretch and lengthen the hips here. It always feels really good in my hips. Press your left hand into the mat, sweep the right arm open, just get a nice twist here. And then take that right hand to the inside of the foot, heel and toe the foot out. Turn your toes out slightly, bring your right hand to your knee. You can open the knee out to the side, flex the foot and come onto the outside edge of the foot and let your hips sink and relax down to your mat. Option to take this right arm back here. Nice. And then come all the way back round. And start to lift your hips a little fraction. Bend your elbows so you're sinking the body down towards the floor. Nice. Good. Now you're very welcome to keep your left knee on the mat or tuck your toes and lift that back leg, but try and keep your hips low. Good. Feel that stretch on the front of your left hip flexor. Good. Bring that knee back down. Now you're welcome to transition from downward dog, but I can't put weight in my arm at the moment, so I'm just going to switch sides. Bring my left foot forward, so between the hands this time. Start to let your hips sink down. Yes, if you've got an injury, you've got no excuses. You can still practice yoga, you just have to modify. Take your right hand down, sweep the left arm up. Good. And then bring your left hand to the inside of the left foot. Heel and toe your foot out to the side. Turn your toes out, you're on the outside edge of the left foot. Bend and open your knee and relax your hips down. Option to take the left arm back. Good. And then come all the way back round. Lift your hips a little fraction, bend the elbows, lower the chest down towards your mat. And then you've got the option to stay there or tuck the back toe and lift the back knee. You push through the back thigh. Bringing the knee back down. Bringing this left knee back. Take the knees nice and wide and come into a child's pose. And just take it a little bit from side to side. Just sway that out there. You're very welcome to do the same in downward dog if that feels nice for you. And then come up onto the knees. We're going to come into pigeon pose, one of my favourites. So right knee comes behind this right wrist, and then open up that left, the right heel comes towards the left hip flexor. Tuck your back toe, lift your knee and lengthen your hips back. Now I want your hips to be square, so if you've got lots of space under this right hip, pad it with a cushion or a blanket. Sitting tall first of all, take a breath in, and then come down onto your forearms or wherever feels comfortable in your pigeon pose. I don't want you to have any pain in your knee in this pigeon pose. If you are experiencing any pain in your knee, then come onto your back and lie with the right leg crossed over. So this right leg is still in the same position, and you can hug it in, hands behind the knee or behind the shin, and do that instead. Otherwise, you can be in your full pigeon pose. And this is a brilliant posture for the front of the left hip flexor, but also into like that sciatic pain, gets right into that piriformis muscle. So you can take this as a standalone posture, and you can be in this posture for 5 or 10 minutes if you can manage it. So I want you to just identify any areas of tightness or tension, breathe into them. Good. And then coming back up, and it's up to you, whatever way you want to come out of that posture. You can go through a downward dog, and then take the other side. So left knee comes behind the left wrist, walk that foot over slightly so your left foot's in front of the right hip. Tuck your toe, lift the knee and slide it back. Pad your left hip if you need to. And we're going to sit tall first. Take a breath in, and then come forward. Rest onto the forearms first. And just see how that feels. Check in with this side of your body if it feels really different. And then come forward. Check in with where do you feel your tight spots are? Where's the tension? And it might not be in the hips at all, it could be in the shoulders, it could be in the jaw. Focus on your breathing. Good, another couple of breaths. And then gently pushing back up. If you need to come into downward dog, you can. Just going to take a little cat-cow here, just to unwind that posture. Good. And then come round to seated. In fact, there's one more posture that I'm going to show you that's one of my favourite postures for hips. So in your squat pose, you can be on your tiptoes. Have your elbows to the inside of the knees, the hands up, or you can come down onto the heels. Bring the hips down, lifting the heart up. If that's a struggle for you for knees or anything like that, feel free to come to a seated position. Have your hands behind you, keep the chest nice and tall, the spine nice and long. It's something to work towards. It might not even be hips, it could be ankles that are the restriction here. And then see if you can take your arms out, set your hips down. You might rock backwards. And then let's take the soles of the feet together. Have your heels fairly close towards your hips. Take your hands behind you. Lift the heart up. And just check in here if your knees are pretty high or if you feel like your spine is rounding. It just shows that you've got a bit of tightness in the hips here. So try this sequence a couple of times just to work into the hips, build stability, build strength, and also flexibility is just as important. Good. So release there, cross the legs. If you have got time, please take a Shavasana, or you can even repeat the sequence again. But if you need to get on with your day, take your hands together. Feel your hips pressing down into the mat. And just recognise where you are, whether that sequence felt really good and really open, or whether it was tight and you maybe felt a bit frustrated. Know that wherever you are, it's not going to last forever. Things are always changing. A deep breath in through your nose. Exhale through the mouth. And smile. Have a lovely day. If there is anybody that you know that might benefit from this sequence, then please tag them, share it with them, let them know. Please leave a comment and let me know how you get on, and have a fantastic day. And I really look forward to seeing you for our next class next Wednesday. Thank you. Namaste.